Alina, we saw that Letitia James, during her campaign, was saying, I'm going to go after Donald Trump. I'm going to get him. And so she went, politically in nature, went after him and subpoenaed everything, made it a criminal case. And now it's unraveling. We've had 2 Manhattan DAs just resign. Tell us what's going on in this case.
Well, I think it's evident that Bragg, and I'm going to give him credit, is really looking at the merits of the case, is really taking it seriously, and is trying to build a reputation on being an ethical attorney that's going to pursue real cases, which, as we've made a point in numerous papers, this case is about valuations that were, frankly, in some cases undervalued. And, it's too subjective. It's too difficult of a case. It doesn't really exist in terms of a criminal action or a civil action. And I'm impressed by the fact that Bragg is looking at it in real legal sense and taking a look at whether there is merits and saying maybe there aren't merits here. So yeah. I think that's what's happening. I think it used to be that there was a true political witch hunt, and perhaps the 2 DAs and frankly numerous other DAs prior to that resigned are frustrated because there's somebody that's standing up and saying, I'm going to actually look at whether this case has merit. And it doesn't. And that's becoming very clear.
But Alina, we've seen this time and time again where they go after Trump because they don't like the color of his tie or what. You pick one. That's why they go after this guy. Now, my issue here is you have the district attorney for the state of New York, his formerly home state, is going after him. You have the January 6th committee trying to prosecute him for who knows what. But the problem is they keep doing all these things. And look, he's a very wealthy man. He's done very well. But nobody has unlimited resources to go against the state, and in this case, federally or locally. Now, what is his recourse on stuff like this where they've had people resigning? Does he have to go through the motions still, win this case, and then seek some retribution? And what are the odds of that?
So at this point, it's an investigation. There is no case. And it's so important that we remember this because they speak about it as if there is a case. They've been trying to build a case for political reasons for so long, and they have not been able to do it. And correct, he has spent a tremendous amount of resources. If he was a normal individual, he would be toast. Yeah. But the reality is, when there is no merit, when you are trying to find something that doesn't exist, it takes a good attorney to say, hey, I might be a Democrat, I might be a Republican, but this isn't fair. And that's exactly what I hope is happening. I hope that it looks like the tides are changing a little bit, and Bragg is going to stand up for his JD that he went to Harvard. He's an intelligent person, and he's looking at it fairly. But yeah, Trump is attacked on all fronts at all times. And if he didn't have the resources he did, he wouldn't survive.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is like folks, normal folks like me, I've been in lawsuits before, not to this magnitude, but, here and there. And, the issue is even if you're innocent, someone can just name you in a lawsuit. And in this case, when it's the state of New York, Letitia James, she has dozens of prosecutors that can just make accusations, and you have to respond to every single one, sometimes in court, sometimes under oath, things like this. How have we allowed our legal system to because this doesn't serve we the people, it serves the people who are prosecuting it.
You're 100% right. That's why we're really going after them to expose the Letitia Jameses that have bad intent, that are ruining our justice system and don't value the Constitution and the core principles of this country. And if we're going to allow it, and anybody that knows Donald Trump knows, he will not allow this country to fall awry, and he will not allow it to go sideways. And if that means he has to spend hundreds of millions of his own dollars to prove a point that there really is no truth to certain things, the Russia hoax.
But what happens to these people? I mean, this woman we know that she said she ran on this stuff. I'm not mad at you. I'm getting frustrated because they keep doing this stuff, and I am MAGA all the way to the bank. However, at some point, these people got to get fired. They got to face charges. They got to perp walk these people, right?
Right. And that's what I assure you, for those watching that are as frustrated as we are, the truth is coming out. And I think that is what's happening. People are getting frustrated because they can't, the truth is coming out. It's not a good look to run on a campaign against someone and then try and bring a case against them. You can't do it. So hopefully there's disbarments. Hopefully there is damages that we can recoup for the tens of millions of dollars that he has had to spend just on this case. I mean, it's a very sad situation, and thank God he's willing to fight the fight for the country.
Well, New York taxpayers, you could be on the hook for those millions of dollars. You're welcome, America. Alina, thank you so much for fighting the fight.